comparing apples with oranges. Also, I'd love to personally have done more A/B testing, and to be honest, we didn't just make as much time for that as we should have. And I'd like to have sent a similar letter to some of the other audience segments to test whether I'd get a radically different response, as I theorised. But like you guys, sometimes I was making decisions quite quickly on the fly, and not having as much chance to test when I knew that my primary objective was to make money for that campaign. So, I think I skipped one. Yeah, there we go. Sydney Symphony gave me an example that I just will quickly mention. They've been purchasing direct mail lists that match like with like against their target audience segments. So they were telling me postcode specific lists, demographic based lists, and subscription lists for, again, magazines. They wanted to do that just to target new audiences, and they used price as a really a major incentive. They offered $25 tickets to come and see some shows. Got 5%. They're getting a 5% conversion for that. And then going back to those same customers with a repeat attendance offer, but at a higher price point, $39. But they're actually getting a really good return on that too. They're getting an 8% conversion. Obviously, the question would be, what would the stats on conversion to full price ticketing later be? I'd suggest that that they don't have those numbers yet because they've only been doing it recently. You'd probably need to look, I think, at minimum of 2 years, more like 3 years of activity to get a real sense of whether a new audience targeting price-based offers like that really will convert long-term for you. So just a quick recap, before I kind of finish with some more examples. So how can segmentation help your campaign? Improve targeting, better media consumption data, understand those points of difference in where you should spend your budget around media channels, improve geographical targeting, better understand their motivations and behaviours by where they live. Are they, how far have they got to drive, for instance? How close do they live to the venue? The value proposition is different in some cases, so you have to factor that into your different marketing comms. Improved product offering. Don't offer people everybody the same thing the same way. Align with their different needs. Improve profiling, and then improve market knowledge. I'll just talk about, now to finish, to look at some real-world examples of different approaches to segmentation, some of which offer additional elements to what I've talked about. First of all, I looked at 2 loyalty programs in the hotel industry, which I think has interesting parallels with the performing arts, and both use principles of segmentation in slightly different ways that might have merit for you. So their Director of Loyalty Marketing, Simon Bezic, gave me some details about this first program, Ridge's Priority Guest.